Once upon a time, in a cozy little town nestled beside a sparkling river, there was a diner called the Blue Spoon. It wasn't fancy, but it was known for its delicious pancakes and the warm smiles of its friendly waitress, Maria. Maria wasn't just any waitress, she had a secret talent. She could speak not just one, but 3 different languages besides English. She knew Spanish, French, and Italian, all learned from her grandmother and library books. Maria loved her job at the Blue Spoon even though it was hard work. She dreamed of one day using her language skills to travel the world or maybe even become a translator. But for now, she was happy serving coffee and chatting with the locals. One sunny morning, a shiny black car pulled up outside the diner. Out stepped Mr. Sterling, a very important and wealthy man. He was famous for building tall buildings and making lots of money. He was also known for thinking he was always right, even when he wasn't. This was the start of Maria's amazing adventure, the one that would lead her from serving pancakes to standing at a lectern ready to share her story with the world. Mr. Sterling strode into the Blue Spoon, his expensive shoes clicking on the checkered floor. He adjusted his tie and looked around with an air of importance. The diner, usually buzzing with friendly chatter, seemed to quiet down a bit as everyone noticed the newcomer. Maria, ever the professional, hurried over with a bright smile and a notepad. "Good morning, sir. What can I get for you?" she asked cheerfully. Mr. Sterling barely glanced at her. He seemed more interested in showing off. "I will have un café grande," he announced, attempting to speak Spanish but mispronouncing it terribly. He puffed out his chest, clearly pleased with his attempt at being worldly. Maria, despite the cringe she felt inside, kept her smile in place. She knew he was trying to impress everyone, but his Spanish was so bad it was almost funny. Little did Mr. Sterling know the seemingly simple order was about to set off a chain of events that would change Maria's life forever. This chance meeting, a millionaire and a waitress, was more than just a customer ordering coffee. It was the spark of a dream about to ignite. Maria gently smiled and said, "Of course, sir. Just so you know, the correct way to say that is un café grande, with the emphasis on the E at the end." She paused, then, without missing a beat, repeated the phrase perfectly. But she didn't stop there. In a clear, melodic voice, she added, "Or if you prefer, in French, you could say un grand café, and in Italian, un café grande." Each phrase was delivered with perfect pronunciation and a genuine desire to help, not to embarrass. Mr. Sterling's eyebrows shot up. He hadn't expected that. He'd thought he was being clever, showing off his very limited Spanish. Now, this simple waitress, standing before him in her apron, had not only corrected him but had done so in 3 languages. He felt a flush of embarrassment creep up his neck. He wasn't used to being shown up, especially not by someone he considered beneath him. However, beneath the embarrassment, a flicker of something else sparked: respect and curiosity. Who was this waitress? And where had she learned to speak so beautifully? The game had changed. This wasn't just about coffee anymore. The silence hung in the air for a moment, thick with unspoken thoughts. Mr. Sterling, recovering from his linguistic stumble, cleared his throat. He couldn't just let this go. "Well, aren't you a clever one?" he said, a hint of a smile playing on his lips. The arrogance hadn't completely disappeared, but it was now mixed with genuine interest. "Where did you learn all those languages, young lady?" he asked, leaning slightly closer. Maria noticed his eyes, which had seemed cold and distant before, now held a spark of warmth. "From my grandmother, mostly," Maria replied, her voice calm and steady. "She was a wonderful woman who loved to travel and learn. She taught me that languages are like keys that unlock doors to new worlds." She added, "And a lot of books from the library." Mr. Sterling chuckled. "Keys to new worlds, eh? I like that. It's far more interesting than building skyscrapers, wouldn't you say?" He was genuinely curious now, drawn in by Maria's quiet intelligence and passion. He sensed there was more to this waitress than met the eye. Maybe, just maybe, he had stumbled upon something truly special in this little diner. He felt the need to know more. Before Maria could answer further, Mrs. Peterson, a regular at the diner, called out, "Maria, honey, can I get a refill on my coffee?" Maria, ever the diligent waitress, turned to Mr. Sterling. "Excuse me, sir, I'll be right back with your coffee." She hurried over to Mrs. Peterson, refilled her cup, and exchanged a few friendly words. As she walked back to Mr. Sterling, Maria couldn't help but wonder what he wanted. Millionaires didn't usually spend their time in small-town diners. She had a feeling this was more than just about a cup of coffee. Mr. Sterling watched her interact with the other customers, noticing her genuine kindness and easy smile. He saw how much she cared about her job and the people she served. This wasn't just a waitress, this was a young woman with a bright spirit and a hidden talent. He made a decision. He was going to find out everything he could about Maria. He wanted to know her dreams, her struggles, and what she truly wanted in life. He wanted to know if those keys to new worlds could unlock something extraordinary. This unexpected encounter was evolving into something more meaningful than he could have ever imagined. Maria placed the coffee in front of Mr. Sterling, her hands steady. "Here you go, sir. Anything else I can get for you?" she asked. Mr. Sterling took a sip, his eyes still fixed on Maria. "Tell me," he began, his voice now softer, more genuine, "what do you dream of doing with those keys to new worlds you mentioned?" Maria hesitated for a moment. She rarely spoke about her dreams, especially to strangers. But something about Mr. Sterling's gaze, the way he seemed genuinely interested, made her feel comfortable enough to open up a little. "I've always wanted to be a translator," she confessed, a faint blush rising on her cheeks. "To help people from different countries understand each other. I think the world would be a better place if we could all communicate more easily." She paused, then added with a sigh, "But it's just a dream. I can't afford to go to school. My family needs me here, working at the diner." The weight of her responsibilities settled on her shoulders, dimming the sparkle in her eyes. Mr. Sterling saw the sadness in her expression, and his resolve to help her grew stronger. He understood the power of dreams, and he knew he couldn't let Maria's fade away. The encounter was becoming more than a passing conversation, it was a turning point. Let's rewind a little back to Maria's childhood. Imagine a small girl, maybe 8 years old, sitting on the floor of her grandmother's attic. Sunlight streams through the dusty window, illuminating piles of old books and forgotten treasures. Maria isn't interested in the dolls or the old toys. She's captivated by a stack of colorful books with foreign words and pictures. Her grandmother, a woman with kind eyes and a warm smile, sits beside her, pointing to the words. "This, my dear," she says, "is Spanish. And this is French. Each word is a story waiting to be told." Maria's eyes widen with wonder. She spends hours poring over the books, repeating the words, trying to mimic her grandmother's accent. She imagines herself traveling to faraway lands, talking to people from different cultures, understanding their stories. As she grows older, her passion for languages only intensifies. She devours every book she can find, practices her pronunciation in front of the mirror, and dreams of a future where she can use her skills to connect people and bridge cultural gaps. This dream, however, always felt distant, overshadowed by the realities of her life. Until now, perhaps? Mr. Sterling's appearance might just be the push she needed. Back in the present, Mr. Sterling leaned forward, his gaze intent. "So, a translator, eh? What else can you tell me? Which language do you enjoy the most? What kind of books do you read?" He peppered her with questions, each one revealing his growing fascination with this extraordinary young woman. Maria, emboldened by his genuine interest, began to answer. She spoke of her love for Italian poetry, the way the words flowed like music. She described the challenge of mastering French grammar, the satisfaction of finally understanding its nuances. She even shared her attempts at learning Russian, a language she found particularly challenging but endlessly fascinating. Mr. Sterling listened intently, occasionally interjecting with questions of his own. He was impressed not only by her knowledge but also by her passion and dedication. He realized that Maria wasn't just a waitress with a talent for languages, she was a bright, intelligent, and driven young woman with the potential to achieve great things. He became more and more convinced that he had to help her. The coffee had long gone cold, forgotten amidst the burgeoning connection between the millionaire and the waitress. The diner seemed to fade into the background as their conversation unfolded. As their conversation deepened, Mr. Sterling gently steered the topic towards Maria's future. "So, Maria," he said, carefully choosing his words, "what's stopping you from becoming a translator? It seems like you have all the talent in the world." Maria's smile faltered slightly. "It's not that simple, Mr. Sterling," she replied, her voice tinged with a hint of sadness. "My family, we don't have much money. I need to work to help support them. There's no way I can afford to go to college or a special language school." She explained that her father had been injured and couldn't work, and her mother worked long hours at a low-paying job. Maria's income was essential to keeping their family afloat. The dream of becoming a translator seemed impossible, a luxury they simply couldn't afford. Mr. Sterling listened intently, his heart touched by Maria's situation. He understood the weight of responsibility she carried, the sacrifices she made for her family. He realized that her extraordinary talent was being stifled by circumstances beyond her control. He knew he had to do something, but what? He needed a plan, a way to give Maria the opportunity she deserved without disrupting her family's stability. The challenge was set. The next day, back in his sleek, modern office high above the city, Mr. Sterling didn't forget about Maria. He contacted some of his contacts, people who specialized in languages and education. He wanted to be absolutely sure that Maria's abilities were as exceptional as he believed them to be. He arranged for Maria to take a series of online language tests designed to assess her fluency and comprehension in Spanish, French, and Italian. He kept the tests a secret, telling Maria only that he was curious about her skills and wanted to see how good she really was. The results came back within a few days, and Mr. Sterling was astonished. Maria didn't just have a knack for languages. She was truly gifted. Her scores were off the charts, comparable to those of professional translators and linguists. The reports confirmed what he already suspected. Maria possessed a rare and valuable talent that deserved to be nurtured and developed. Now, he just needed to figure out the best way to help her unlock her full potential. He was sure this bright young woman could achieve great things. A few days later, Mr. Sterling returned to the Blue Spoon. Maria was surprised to see him again. He sat at the same booth, a serious expression on his face. "Maria," he began, "I've been doing some thinking, and I've come to a decision." He paused, allowing the suspense to build. Maria's heart pounded in her chest. What was going on? "I know about your dream of becoming a translator, and I know about the challenges you face. So I want to offer you something." He took a deep breath. "I want to offer you a fully funded scholarship to the prestigious International Language Academy. Tuition, books, living expenses, everything will be taken care of." Maria's jaw dropped. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. It was like something out of a fairy tale. "Mr. Sterling," she stammered, I don't know what to say." "Say yes, Maria," he said with a warm smile. "Say yes to your dreams. Say yes to a future where you can use your incredible talent to make a difference in the world." This wasn't just charity, it was an investment in a brighter future, a future where Maria could shine. He knew she'd make him proud. Tears welled up in Maria's eyes. She was so overwhelmed with gratitude she could barely speak. "Yes," she finally managed to say, her voice trembling with emotion. "Yes, Mr. Sterling, I accept. Thank you, thank you, thank you." She reached across the table and grasped his hand, her grip firm and sincere. "I promise you, I won't let you down. I'll work harder than I've ever worked before. I'll make you proud." Mr. Sterling smiled, his heart filled with warmth. He knew Maria would succeed. He could see the determination in her eyes, the passion in her voice. He had no doubt that she would make the most of this opportunity. Before Maria left that day, Mr. Sterling made sure she understood all the details. He arranged for her family to receive financial support while she was away at the academy, ensuring that they wouldn't suffer because of her absence. He wanted her to focus solely on her studies, knowing that she had the potential to change the world. The waitress from the Blue Spoon was about to embark on an incredible journey, a journey that would lead her from serving coffee to speaking on a stage, inspiring others to follow their dreams. The first step had been taken. Time flew by. Picture this, Maria, surrounded by books, studying late into the night, her brow furrowed in concentration. Then a quick scene of her laughing with new friends in the academy cafeteria, practicing their French accents. Next, a shot of her confidently answering questions in class, impressing her professors with her knowledge. We see her mastering new vocabulary, devouring classic literature in different languages, and participating in lively debates about cultural differences. She's excelling in every subject, her natural talent blossoming under the guidance of expert teachers. She's not just learning languages, she's learning about the world, about different cultures, and about herself. She's growing more confident, more articulate, and more determined than ever to make a difference. She calls her family every week, sharing her progress and reassuring them that everything is going well. They are so proud of her. Mr. Sterling checks in on her regularly, offering encouragement and support. He's amazed by her transformation, by the way she's embracing this opportunity and making the most of every moment. The shy waitress from the Blue Spoon is evolving into a brilliant and articulate young woman, ready to take on the world. Her journey had begun, and it was already remarkable. Mr. Sterling wasn't just a benefactor, he became a mentor to Maria. He would call her regularly, not just to check on her grades, but to offer guidance and support. He shared his own experiences, both successes and failures, teaching her valuable lessons about leadership, perseverance, and the importance of giving back. He helped her navigate the challenges of academy life, offering advice on everything from time management to networking. He encouraged her to think big, to set ambitious goals, and to never give up on her dreams. He also emphasized the importance of staying grounded and remembering where she came from. He introduced her to influential people in the world of translation and international relations, opening doors to opportunities she never thought possible. He showed her the power of her language skills and the impact she could have on the world. Mr. Sterling saw in Maria a reflection of his younger self, a bright, ambitious individual with the potential to achieve great things. He wanted to help her avoid the mistakes he had made and reach her full potential. His mentorship was invaluable, providing Maria with the confidence and support she needed to succeed. He was more than just a millionaire, he was a friend. Weeks turned into months, and the day of the graduation ceremony finally arrived. Maria had excelled in her studies, earning top marks in every class. Her professors were so impressed with her talent and dedication that they chose her to give a speech at the ceremony. It was a great honor, a testament to her hard work and her extraordinary abilities. Maria was nervous, of course. Speaking in front of a large audience was a daunting task, but she knew she had to do it. She wanted to thank Mr. Sterling, her family, and everyone who had supported her along the way. She wanted to share her story and inspire others to pursue their dreams, no matter how impossible they may seem. She spent hours preparing her speech, carefully crafting each word, ensuring that it conveyed her gratitude, her passion, and her message of hope. She practiced in front of the mirror, perfecting her pronunciation and her delivery. She wanted to make sure that her words resonated with everyone in the audience. This wasn't just a speech, it was a chance to give back, to inspire, and to show the world what she was capable of. The shy waitress was about to become a voice. The spotlight shone brightly on Maria as she walked confidently to the lectern. She wore a simple but elegant dress, her hair neatly styled. She took a deep breath, looked out at the sea of faces in the audience, and began to speak. Her voice was clear and strong, filled with emotion. "Good morning, everyone," she said, her words echoing through the hall. "My name is Maria, and just a few months ago, I was a waitress at a small-town diner called the Blue Spoon." She paused, allowing her words to sink in. She saw Mr. Sterling sitting in the front row, his eyes filled with pride. She smiled, a wave of gratitude washing over her. "I never imagined that I would be standing here today, giving a speech at this prestigious academy," she continued. "My dream of becoming a translator seemed impossible, a distant fantasy that I could never achieve. The journey from serving pancakes to speaking at the lectern had been unbelievable. It was a story of transformation and the power of belief." She was ready to share it. Maria continued, "My life changed forever the day a kind gentleman walked into the Blue Spoon and ordered a coffee. In very bad Spanish," she said with a playful wink, eliciting a few chuckles from the audience. "That gentleman," she continued, gesturing towards Mr. Sterling, "is Mr. Sterling. He could have easily dismissed me as just a waitress, but instead he saw something more. He saw a spark of potential, a dream waiting to be ignited." She paused, her voice filled with emotion. "Mr. Sterling, I cannot express how grateful I am for your belief in me. You gave me a chance, an opportunity to pursue my passion and achieve my dreams. You didn't just give me a scholarship, you gave me a future." She saw Mr. Sterling wipe a tear from his eye. His act of kindness had not only changed Maria's life but had also touched his own heart in ways he never expected. The encounter over a poorly ordered coffee had blossomed into a beautiful story of mentorship and transformation. And it was a story that Maria was determined to share with the world. "But my story isn't just about me," Maria declared, her voice ringing with conviction. "It's about the power of education, the importance of kindness, and the courage to seize opportunities when they come your way." She urged her fellow graduates to never stop learning, to embrace new challenges, and to use their skills to make a positive impact on the world. She emphasized that education was a gift, a tool that could unlock doors and transform lives. "Kindness," she continued, "is just as important as knowledge. A simple act of kindness can change someone's life forever, just as Mr. Sterling's kindness changed mine." She encouraged everyone to be open to new experiences, to step outside their comfort zones, and to say yes to opportunities, even if they seemed scary or impossible. "You never know what amazing things might happen," she said with a smile. Her words resonated with the audience, inspiring them to dream big, to work hard, and to make a difference in the world. The former waitress had become a beacon of hope, a testament to the transformative power of education and the ripple effect of kindness. The speech was a triumph. Mr. Sterling sat in the front row, his face beaming with pride. He had witnessed Maria's incredible journey firsthand, from their chance encounter at the Blue Spoon to this momentous occasion. He felt a sense of fulfillment he had never experienced before. He wasn't just proud of Maria's academic achievements, he was proud of the person she had become, confident, compassionate, and determined to make a difference in the world. He realized that his investment in Maria was the best investment he had ever made. It wasn't about money or power, it was about helping someone reach their full potential and make the world a better place. He thought back to that day in the diner when he had tried to order a coffee in broken Spanish. He had been arrogant and self-centered, but Maria had seen something more in him, a spark of kindness that he had almost forgotten. She had not only corrected his grammar but had also opened his eyes to the importance of humility and generosity. Her act of correcting him had changed his life as much as he had changed hers. He knew he would never forget this day or the simple waitress who had taught him so much. He applauded loudly as Maria finished her speech, his heart overflowing with joy. As the applause subsided, Maria raised her hand, signaling for silence. "Before I finish," she said, her voice filled with emotion, "I want to dedicate this achievement to a few very special people." She looked towards her family, who were beaming with pride. "To my family, thank you for your unwavering love and support. You always believed in me even when I doubted myself." She turned to her teachers, her eyes shining with gratitude. "To my teachers, thank you for sharing your knowledge and inspiring me to learn. You have opened my eyes to new worlds." Finally, she looked at Mr. Sterling, her heart overflowing with gratitude. "And to Mr. Sterling," she said, her voice choked with emotion, "thank you for taking a chance on me. You saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. You gave me the opportunity of a lifetime, and I will never forget it." Her words touched everyone in the audience, reminding them of the importance of family, teachers, and mentors in shaping our lives. Maria's dedication was a testament to the power of human connection and the importance of giving back to those who have helped us along the way. The circle was complete. Maria stepped away from the lectern, her heart filled with hope and excitement. She knew that her journey was just beginning. She had a whole world to explore, new languages to learn, and countless people to connect with. She looked forward to using her skills to help others, to bridge cultural gaps, and to promote understanding and empathy. She dreamed of working for international organizations, translating important documents, and helping people from different countries communicate more effectively. She also wanted to give back to her community, to inspire other young people to pursue their dreams, no matter their circumstances. She knew that education was the key to unlocking their potential, and she wanted to do everything she could to help them succeed. As she walked off the stage, she caught Mr. Sterling's eye. He gave her a warm smile and a thumbs up. She knew that he would always be there for her, a mentor, a friend, and a constant source of inspiration. The story of the waitress who corrected a millionaire in 3 languages had come to an end, but Maria's story was just beginning. The world awaited her, filled with possibilities. She carried with her the lessons she had learned, the kindness she had received, and the determination to make a positive impact on the world. One word, one translation, one connection at a time. The end.